Today I'm going to show you how to make your own straw buddies. They're quite popular at the minute. I made this one the other day. Someone asked me for the file, so I made one and put it online, but I'm going to show you how to make your own. I started 3D printing. I'm no expert. I bought a 3D printer end of February this year, and it's probably one of the best fun additions that I've brought into the business. You can make all sorts, even replacement parts for your house, as well as fun things. It's a learning curve. I'm never ever been into or could cope with any CAD drawings, even though I've done graphic design for the best part of 25 years. CAD is just too taxing for me, so I've always stayed away from it. I can't use some of the more intricate CAD programs that you can use to design 3D things. There is a couple on the iPad that are excellent, but they're just aimed at professionals, and they're like £30 a month subscriptions without having any hobby level subscription, which is quite sad because it's a very good program and not everything that's in that is needed for hobby 3D printing. So it's a shame that they don't do that. But what I do use is Microsoft 3D Builder, because it's free, and I also use my own graphics program that I use for my mug designs, clothing designs, etc, etc. It's a vector program, and as you can see, this is a PNG from some file in a design bundle from some time or other. Dandelions it is. I've not done anything to it, it's just a PNG, but if I copy this and bring it into and just paste Ctrl V, you can see it brings the file in. We wouldn't print it like that, no, unless you wanted to make an ornament out of it or something. You could print it like that. It's quite a printable file, but I would invert it to give me the 3D file. And you've got that file. That's it. You can make it as thin as you like. You can add it onto. Let me change the colour, just for display purposes. You can bring that into any other element that you want to do. But yeah, that's a 3D. That's a PNG file. You must have thousands of them on your computer that you could use. It doesn't import, the Microsoft 3D Builder doesn't import vector SVGs into this program directly, so you'd have to bring in the PNG or import the SVG into your normal graphics program and export it as a PNG. But yeah, you've got thousands of files that are ready to go 3D wise. But what we're here for today is to do this little Mickey Mouse straw buddy. So first things first, we start off with a sphere, and there it is. That's it. It's just a sphere, but we want to chop it in half, so we bring in a cube. Now what I've been doing, I am learning this program. There is no instructions for it. It's a basic program, and you've just got to wing it, I think, unless you really up on knowing about CAD, then you could use a proper CAD program. But this is free and it works. So what we need to do is we need to slice the straw buddy bottom off. You could leave it as a ball if you wanted to, but I think it sits nice on top of the cup lid. So we need to chop it off. So what we do is we bring the cube in, stretch it across so it covers all areas of that sphere, and this bit is the bit that we're going to get left with. So whilst this box is selected, we click on edit, and obviously we want to subtract it, just the same as you would do in Silhouette Studio. If you wanted to cut some element from another element to leave you with something else, you do exactly the same, subtract, and that's it. There we go. There's our bottom, there's our top. So now what we need to do is we need to put the straw hole in. To do that, we bring in another element, another cylinder, and this time we need to change the size. But before we change the size for this, we need to make sure that this is the right size for our straw body. Because if we make it too small, if this is too small, when we add in the proper dimensions for the straw, then increase this, the straw is going to be too big, and vice versa. If this is too big and we put in the right size for the straw, when we resize this for the straw body, the hole for the straw is going to be too small. So when you are making things in 3D, always make them the right size that you want to print them at, the minimum size that you want to print them at. So if you was making, say, a little baby Yoda figure, you could design it in here or bring your elements in to change things any size you like, because when you go to your 3D printing software, you can resize that then for anything. So like if you're making a key ring, you can design it in here whatever size you like. Go to your slicer software, your 3D printing software, you can make a tiny key ring, you can make a big key ring, because it's all the same. There's nothing on the key ring that would cause any issue. But on here, because we've got a straw hole that needs to be a certain size, then we need to make sure that the item that we're going to print is the right size in the first place. So we need to resize this to the correct width. Now if we choose these separately and change them all separately, it's going to end up a right mess. So we need to lock it so that everything changes to the same dimensions. This is our sphere size, and this is a half a sphere, so we're not bothered for that one. We'd need to change this one to 25 millimeters, and there we go. That's the correct size that we need it to be. So we'll unclick this lock, just so that it don't cause any issues in the future. And the straw is 9 millimeters. So if we select that for 9 millimeters, that'll make it the right width. But we want it to be taller. So these handles here make it do different things, different sizes. Alright, oops. So because we want it 9 millimeters, we have to click we have to make sure that the 9 millimeters is set. We don't need to change that, but we can change the height. So we need to click the unlock, and then we can just grab this to make it bigger, because it doesn't really matter, because we're going to cut it out this circle or this sphere. So we just drag this across. Oops. So we can see over the top of it, and that's in the center. Kind of snaps in place a little bit. Yeah. So now that we've got, don't look in the center, there we go. Right. So now that because we made this longer, it will cut a hole right the way through. If we didn't make it longer and it was like that, it would just cut a groove in the top. It won't go all the way through. So if I could show you the X-ray bit, that's as far as it would go inside. So what we need to do is we need to just make sure that it comes all the way through the bottom. Again, we go on to subtract, so it cuts the hole in, and there's the hole. So that's the main part of our straw body done. So we just need to put the ears on. So the ears are made from another cylinder because it's flat on the top. And just grab this handle down, and we'll need to rotate it. And you can either free rotate it, or if you type in here 90 degrees, it does it squarely. This button is the move button, and as you saw then, when you click your mouse over the top of these things, it gives you a little help bracket. So all we need to do at the minute is just move these to the place that we need it to be. Then we can resize it, and this is a resize button. So we just resize them to where we want them to be, and it's personal preference what you want it to look like, how big you want the ears. It's just entirely your choice. You're making it, it's yours. The ears, I think, are a little bit squished when you look at Mickey Mouse, but for this purpose it doesn't really matter. So that's one ear. So we need to duplicate this ear so that it's the right size. So you go to Object, Duplicate, and while it's in the move position, we can bring all I'm doing to move this screen around is I'm left clicking and holding while I drag it around, and the right click and drag moves the whole lot round. So while we're up here, we can see that this just slides along, and we can put it in the same place. Quick look, and that's it. And that's it. That's all you've got to do. Deselect them all. If you wanted to colour them, you can press and hold Shift to select all of them individually, or on here I think you've got a group, and that one is which one is select all? I think it's that one. Let me unselect them. Select all, yeah. If we go on to paint, choose colour, and we'll go with red, and you just drag your mouse across. That's it. So now all we've got to do is we're going to save it, and we save it as an STL file, which is the standard 3D file format, which works with almost anything really. Even if your printer software outputs a G-code, you can still work with the STL file. So we'll save that in there, and that's it really. That's all you've got to do. If you was loading your Silhouette Alter, you just import the file. We'll go and find it where we've saved it. And we go. There we go. And there it is. It's imported. We don't have to resize it. If when you're making your file in here, I forgot to mention, if you've got a specific straw that you use all the time, you know, be it a metal straw, or you know, a bendy straw, or anything like that that's a different size, that's not 9mm, make the hole the size of your straw plus 0.1mm so that it fits. The straw itself that I've used is 8.9mm, or it may even have been 8mm, I don't know, but I just made it a millimetre bigger so that it fitted. So that's it. That's the 3D Alter software. I'm not going to print it because I've already printed it, but it is a nice little a nice little file. So go ahead, try it, and post some pictures back in the Facebook group of what you've managed to make. In another video that I'm going to do shortly, I'll show you how you can import your PNGs and turn them into straw buddies. That's quite a good thing. That'll be another quick video because it is quite simple once you know what you're doing. And if you manage to make this little Mickey head, then you're there. You know what you're doing. You can do other things.